Getting the facts right. This is WCTI News Channel 12 on Fox Eastern Carolina.
A vehicle crashes into a restaurant in Jacksonville for the second time.
Look at all that damage inside in this overturned truck here. The owners of Baker's restaurant will have to rebuild for the second time in 3 years. News Channel 12's Rosita Cox talked to them about the not so unusual happening.
And we just look up because we hear tires squealing, and the next thing we know, a truck is completely airborne.
That's right. A truck came crashing into Baker's restaurant of Richlands Highway in Jacksonville. Owner Lisa Rayner says everything happened in slow motion.
Come out, and when I come out, the car went airborne and hit the building, slow motion.
Before anyone could call 911, help was already outside. A group of men in the military pulled over to help.
They got him out, laid him down, and made sure he was okay, get him situated.
A few customers were inside when it happened, but no one was hurt, including the driver. But believe it or not, this wasn't an unusual occurrence for Baker's.
Second time. The first time was about 3 years ago, end of February, that it happened in the morning time, on the snowy morning.
The picture on the left is from 2014, the right 2017. Rayner says she is just happy. Once again, no one was hurt.
On our sign, we are blessed, and I believe that, and once again, it's shown true today.
The Rayners tell me they hope to reopen in just a few days. They also tell me that they plan to put up some type of barrier to make the place a little more car resistant. Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Rosita Cox, News Channel 12.
Maybe even some lights too, you never know there. The truck crashed into the building as a result of being hit by another vehicle that was trying to make a turn.
New for you at 10 tonight. A teenager from Zebulon is accused of decapitating his mother inside their home. Police in Franklin County say they arrested the teen without incident this afternoon. 18-year-old Oliver Funes called 911 himself about 12:45. He faces first-degree murder charges tonight.
We'll be here as long as it takes to ensure that we do a thorough search. You know, we owe it to the victims to make sure it's done in the proper manner. So once it gets to the courthouse, and then, you know, justice can be served.
Deputies identify 35-year-old Yesenia Funes Beatriz Machado as the woman killed. 2 young girls found in the home are okay.
Good evening. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Matt Callahan in for Johnny Cox. We are starting to see temperatures cool off, but not nearly as cold as what we saw over the weekend. Right now, current temperatures into the upper 40s to low 50s. We are seeing temperatures into the mid 40s through Craven County, upper 40s down in Beaufort. 52 degrees right now in Greenville. The reason why we're seeing still warm temperatures or mild temperatures across the region is because we're seeing those southerly winds still bringing in warm air, and it's also mixing some of the air closer to the surface, helping to warm that up as well. We're still seeing some high-level clouds in counties inland and maybe possibly in and around Edgecombe. We are seeing still some high-level clouds lingering about. We will start to see those break up through the overnight hours, but temperatures not really dropping a whole lot. Start the day off, we'll see those temperatures reaching to the upper 40s. Quick to warm, though, mid-50s by 8 o'clock, low 60s by 9 o'clock, and a much warmer day tomorrow, but I'll let you know how long it'll last here in about 10 minutes.
This video of a fight at a school in Wake County is going viral tonight. It shows what appears to be a fight between 2 students.
And one of those students says he was a victim of racial slur attacks for months at Wake Forest High School, and it caused him to snap. Gloria Rodriguez reports classmates are rallying behind him.
This video taken at Wake Forest High School Friday is going viral. It shows 15-year-old Micah Speed grabbing a student's backpack and knocking him to the ground twice. The student responds with a racial slur. We have been unable to reach the other student in the video, but Micah tells me the student had been racially harassing him for the past 2 months and even threatened to kill his family.
I just want to say I'm not a violent person. That's not who I am. Everybody who's known me and that knows me currently know that I try to avoid confrontation, and I usually laugh things off, but I was just pushed over the breaking point.
Today, students protested at school to show their support of Micah, asking school leaders to bring the football player back from his suspension. This Change.org petition has more than 1,300 signatures asking the other student be suspended too. Micah says his suspension has since been reduced to 5 days from 10. But his mother says Micah had reported the racial harassment to a teacher 3 times, and it kept happening.
Everything could have been avoided, and no one was listening.
A spokeswoman for the Wake County Public School System says that they did look into Micah's alleged threats about racial harassment, but she says she can't say what, if anything, was done about it. And she also says she can't comment more on the incident, but says that they are investigating.
Now, Micah claims the other students said things like he needed to name his son convict and crackhead because that's what he would grow up to be.
We are still working to learn more about a shooting in Onslow County. It happened about 4 o'clock this afternoon in the Piney Green Road area of Jacksonville. Deputies tell us one victim was airlifted to a hospital this afternoon, but did not tell us the condition of the victim. We know the victim was alive at the time. Stay with us for developments on this story.
Protesters fight back against controversial billboard messages in Winston-Salem. A billboard went up last month reading, "Real men provide, real women appreciate it." Well, that's now replaced by a longer message titled "Much Ado About Nothing" that mocks people offended by the original message. A group of women now plan to put up a billboard of their own reading, "People of quality don't fear equality." Protest organizers say the conversation is worth having.
The one thing holding us back in society are people not being compassionate toward others and instead turning to name calling and advertising for more segregation.
The billboard owner says the organization that bought the space and put up the original messages does not want to be identified. Now, this story is creating a lot of chatter on our Facebook page. You can let us know there what you think about this entire series of events.
Most beautiful girl I have ever seen. She was so beautiful.
Well, that husband and wife in Charlotte celebrated the 71st anniversary since their I do's. Jim and Maxie Gear say their secret is never going to bed angry. Jim wasted no time asking her out in 1946. Maxie worked at Grimes Dry Cleaning Plant in Charlotte. It's a love that almost never was written. Before they met, Jim fought through 3 invasions and 5 major battles in World War II. One night, he says he wondered if he'd make it out alive.
I got down on my knees in that foxhole, and I told the Lord if he'd get me home, I'd do anything that he'd tell me.
Of course, he came home, and the rest is history. Jim and Maxie are now 91 and 95 years old.
All right, an emotional homecoming for a couple of young North Carolina girls right here. Their father was away for nearly a year, one of thousands of military personnel deployed overseas. Corporal Boston was working security in Afghanistan. His girls could barely put their emotions into words.
I felt so happy, very happy. I don't even know how to explain it. Because I didn't know he was even coming. So I missed them so much because I didn't even think he was ever going to come ever again.
Well, they're hugging tightly tonight. There's no word on how they celebrated, though, his first home day in several months.
Beautiful tears from Dad. Well, severe storm season will be here in no time. That's why you're getting prepared right now, and we break down the ways you can stay alert.
And some male Marines are accused of posting nude photos of female Marines on a private Facebook page. We learn of a possible connection to Camp Lejeune.
And high pressure just offshore is going to attribute to warming temperatures tomorrow. And there's also a cold front on its way. I'll let you know when that'll move through our area when we come back.